Hello, hello. This is Carmen Marie with the New Happy Me TV. Welcome. Usually we have this show every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Today we're just going to do it a little earlier and post it up on the TheNewHappyMeTV.com at the precise time, 10 a.m. Eastern on Friday. We talk about all kinds of things related to personal development, quality of life, and how you can do the most simplest things to create change in your life, positive change in your life, to become a happier, healthier, wealthier you. So today what we're going to be talking about is meditation. I hear this a lot. I do meditation myself, but I had a lot of trouble getting myself into it, learning how to do it in a way that worked for me. And that's why I wanted to bring this to you. I get the question a lot, how do you do it? It's so hard for me. What advice would you be able to give me for me to be able to meditate as well? Experts often say the more stressed you are, the less time you have, the more time you have to take for meditation. And it is quite true. But what people don't understand is that you don't necessarily have to take an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to meditate. Sometimes just 5 minutes is enough, especially if you're completely stressed out, if you have a lot going on, if you have a lot on your plate and you really need to meditate, and you're really struggling for finding the time or the quiet space. I know that's the problem with me too. I sometimes can have the time, but at the time that I can sit down, there's a lot of chaos around me with 3 dogs and 2 teenagers. It becomes a space where it is not really conducive to meditation, and I can't just get up and leave. Where would I go? All these things that come up, right? So it's not always easy. It's not always obvious to find the space and the time to meditate. However, you don't need a full hour. You can just take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That makes it a lot more accessible, a lot more manageable if you want to use meditation in your life. And I highly suggest it because it does make a huge difference. Now, the other thing that you need to understand when we're talking about meditation is that you need to be clear on the objective of your meditation. Meditating just to meditate doesn't give you anything. It's just like having a dream but not setting any goals. You don't know where you're going. You don't know why you're doing this, and you don't know how to do it in order to get the results that you want. So what you want to do first is be clear on why you're doing meditation. Is it just to de-stress? In which case I'll tell you what you can do, which is very, very simple. Is it to get some answers to your questions? Which has its own particular way of doing meditation, and you'll find your own way of doing that particularly. There's also a lot of different meditations for objectives such as healing, whether physically or emotionally, and there are meditations about visualization of goals, of dreams that you may have. So there's a lot of different objectives that you may have in meditation. So be clear on what it is that you're looking for so that you can find the right type of meditation that will work for you. And obviously you can mix and match. In one day you can do 2 or 3 meditation sessions. First one can be just your morning gratitude meditation. Middle of the day, to de-stress, you can have a 5-minute breathing meditation. And in the evening you can have another type of meditation of, let's say, healing a physical ailment or anything else. So you can really do whatever you want with meditation. The only thing is that you need to know what you are going to use it for. So I'm going to talk to you today about 3 specific meditation forms that I use, and what objectives they will serve, and how you can do them, how you can incorporate them in your day-to-day with little to no effort. So the first one is the objective of de-stressing. And like I mentioned before, it could be something as simple as breathing. Now, when you're trying to de-stress and you're talking about meditation, a lot of experts will talk about silencing the mind. And this seems to be a very, very big issue for a lot of people who cannot silence the mind. We talk about monkey brain, about the mind going all over the place, thinking about, you know, especially when you're stressed, you have all these things in your mind, and it's very difficult to bring it all back and silence it so that you can concentrate on yourself. But what are you really concentrating on? That's not even clear, right? So what do you do in this case? You're trying to de-stress, you have a lot of worries, you may have regrets. What's really happening is that you are living in the past and in the future. You're not living in the present moment. And that's what's causing so much stress. And it happens very, very often. There's the book by Eckhart Tolle. The name escapes me right now, and it always does. I'm going to find it for you. Oh, there it is. It's on my library. It's The Power of Now. That's what it is. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle talks about this. Talks about being in the present moment. So when your mind is in the past, you're full of regrets. When your mind is in the future, you're full of worries. So the way to bring yourself back to today and stop stressing is to be in the present moment, because the present moment is really the only moment that you have full control of. That's where you feel better about yourself, because you have control. You can actually do something to towards the goal that you're trying to reach. So you want to be in the present moment. And how do you do that in meditation? In meditation, basically the best way to bring yourself to the present moment is breathing. And all you have to do, you can do this for a few minutes, you can do this for 15 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, whatever you want. This is really up to you. Find what works best for you. You're going to be breathing and concentrating on your breathing. It's a very present moment action. And if your mind only concentrates on the breathing, you're not thinking about anything else. Automatically, the monkey brain shuts up. If by any chance you hear yourself going somewhere else, if the future comes in or if the past comes in, I don't know if you hear it, but my Doberman is drinking water. He's like slurp, slurp, slurp. He's bringing us to the present moment. So sometimes you will see that your mind may still escape into the past or into the future, depending on what is really stressing you out. Don't be self-critical of yourself. Just let it go. Be very sweet with yourself. If these things happen, just bring yourself back very gracefully back into your breathing. Concentrate on your breathing. And again, you can be doing this for only 5 minutes, so you don't even allow your monkey brain to go around. What this will help you with is really concentrating on the present moment, oxygenating your brain, focusing on yourself, grounding yourself. You can also put your feet down flat and feel roots going down to Mother Earth, and resourcing yourself, finding the energy down there along with the air, breathing the nutrients, the oxygen and the energy, and getting that same type of energy up from your roots. You're going to be able to do this, and you can do this within a few minutes very, very easily. So this is a great exercise just to completely silence the mind and de-stress and be back in the present moment. Next, another type of meditation that I do, the objective is to get answers to my questions. So I'll have some questions like, what should I do now? I'm thinking about this particular goal that I'm working on, and I'm looking at this direction, but I'm not really clear on whether this is what I should be doing or if I should be looking at something else. You know, you're questioning yourself, you're confused about certain issues, you want to regain hope or faith in the universe, in your ability to take care of certain situations, whatever it may be. So you have these questions that you are asking yourself, and you want answers. So by meditating, some people will say that you will connect with a higher order, so you can connect with God, with the universe, with a collective energy. Some people will say you will connect with your core. To me, it's the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing, because we're all talking about an energy that is bigger than ourselves, that we don't always understand, but that gives us intuitively some of the answers. I should say all of the answers, but we need to listen for them. So we may not necessarily hear all of them, but at least we can attempt to. So meditation helps with that. So the way I do it, and it's really very unconventional, and that's why people say, you know, a lot of times it doesn't work. It wasn't working for me. The mainstream way of meditating was really not working for me, because silencing my mind, silencing everything in order to ask a question and receive an answer was getting my mind all over the place, and I wasn't able to listen. So the concept here to understand is that intuitively, before you even express a question, the answer will come to you. And it comes to you from inside, from up above, wherever you want to feel it. It's a feeling, it's a different voice that comes and answers your questions. But the thing is that it will be able to answer your question before you've actually expressed it. What does this mean in practical terms? You will want to actually put words to your question. That's what expression is. Here's my you see my Doberman. I'm gonna show you what my Doberman is doing right now. He wants attention, just as I'm talking about meditation. And he does this during meditation all the time. He wants my attention. But that's okay. You know, we can't get stressed over this. We can't get all upset because they want to just participate in the meditation, right? So what was happening to me was that I had my mind all over the place, and I couldn't concentrate on this voice coming in, and I needed to be more open to receiving that intuitive voice. And so I had to find a way of doing this. I had to find my own system, and that's why I want to bring this to you today, for you to be able to find your own system, your own way of being able to listen to wherever that voice is going to come from for you, because everybody's different. I can tell you how voices come to me, but it may not be the same for you. So you have to just trust yourself. And so in this type of meditation, like I said, you are going to trust that there is this voice that is going to come in. And yeah, that's what I was saying. For the expression, we tend to need answers to our questions that we express with specific terms and words. We create a sentence, and that becomes our question. But intuitively, we don't need to express the questions in so many words. What we have to do, what we really, okay, Coco wants to go out. I'm going to take you with me so that we can just continue this. This is my home office, guys. So, and the patio door is right here. We'll just let him out. Coco, you want to go out? Go. Let's go. And we breathe. So I'm just going to stay here because it's really, really cold outside, and he's going to want to come back in very quickly. So, so we tend to want to express ourselves with words. But what generally happens in meditation is that because this is so intuitive, we are going to know our question before the expression of the question comes out. And you can practice this, you can play with this. And this was most fun for me, because the type of meditation I chose to use is just question and answer. And the way I do it is, I do it in the car. When I get in the car and I know that I have a long commute or a long drive on the highway. Sorry, guys. There's the doorbell. Everything's going wrong today. Breathe. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, so these things will always happen even during meditation. So we just have to take a deep breath and know that it's no big deal. You know, these things happen, interruptions, kids howling, the doorbell, like it happened right now, it was the mailman. I have 3 dogs, so I have interruptions all the time. I work at home. This is the type of quality of life that I chose myself. This is really what I wanted for myself, and I've surrounded myself with the systems that work for me, and meditation is one of them. I decided to choose meditation systems that will work for me in my lifestyle, working from home, knowing that there are going to be distractions like this, but you know, just breathing it out, knowing that it's all fine all the time. So let's get back into this. So the second type of meditation is your answer and question objective, your question and answer objective. And here's the Chihuahua. The Chihuahua always likes to sit behind me. And he just stepped out when we went to the mailman. So when you want to ask questions and you want to get answers, basically, you are going to ask your questions, but because you have your question in your mind already, or you're feeling it intuitively, you're going to get the answer before you even express the question. I'm just going to, before I continue, since I got interrupted so much already, I'm just going to check for questions and answers. Oh, there's a hey from Sexy Divaka. Whoever you are, hey. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, send them to me. I just opened my Q&A so I can see them and answer your questions. So here we go. So questions and answers. You find your own system, whether you need to silence your mind or you need to be in a place where, are we gonna do this today? This is becoming a bloopers show. So basically what we want to do in, there's Jim. Hi, Jim. So today is becoming a total bloopers show. So, okay. Breathe and get back to the show. So when we're in the question and answers mode, we need to find a system that works for us. We're going to ask our questions and listen for the answers. And what we want to do is find a system that is going to be most comfortable for us. We want a system that we are going to be able to listen to whatever comes in. So I'll give you an example of what I chose. My best meditation space is my car. When I have a commute, when I'm driving along the highway, you know, I have a 20-30 minute drive. This is what I generally do. I am driving, so I'm focused in one area. My mind isn't all over the place. I can focus my mind into one. And please don't do this if you're not really totally comfortable driving, if you're not comfortable driving and thinking about something else at the same time. I love driving. Driving comes as second nature to me. So this is something that I can do very easily. So this is a space that works for me. And it's a time when I'm alone in the car that I won't have any distractions other than the road. I won't have the dogs barking. I won't have the mailman coming in. I won't have my teenagers howling. So this is a perfect space for me. And it works for Q&A for me with the higher energy, with the universe, with my angels, with my guides, simply because as I'm driving, I kind of have a conversation with them, like if they were on the passenger seat. So I have a conversation with them where I will just ask the question, and this is what I want you to pay attention to. When you try this, if you decide to try this kind of meditation, you will notice that before you express your question, you will be able to feel an answer. And that's what's so much fun, because intuitively, you know your question already. so the answer comes in right away. And this, again, I said it before and I'll say it again, whether you believe you are speaking with a higher energy, the universe, guides, ascended masters, angels, archangels, whoever it may be, or even your inner core, because your subconscious has a lot of answers that you're seeking. Whatever it may be, it works for all of them. To me, they're all the same. They all come from this energy that we may not comprehend, but that has all the answers that we are looking for if only we listen to them. So this is a type of meditation that I use. You can also do this, you know, while washing the dishes, while vacuuming, while gardening, while doing something that you're just comfortable doing, biking, whatever it may be. Find a space that you are very comfortable in, that you're stress-free in, that you're ready to listen within this space, and just ask the questions and have fun with that question and answer, where you're going to see the answers are going to come in faster than you can express your questions. Okay, so having said that, okay, I have a question from Jim. What is the simulation? What are you talking about, Jim? I need to have more information on that. I don't know what you mean by what is a simulation. So I'll continue until Jim asks the question in a little more detail. I'm going to go on with the third way of meditating. That way is with a specific purpose. And like I said at the beginning of the show, we're talking about figuring out what your meditation objective is. You need to know what your objective is before you get into a meditation type that will work for you. And to reiterate, the first one was to de-stress. That was our objective, to de-stress. You can do a few minutes, you can do an hour or more, however you want. Find the system that works for you. One of the great meditation systems is to breathe. Focus on your breathing, which brings you in the present moment and takes you away from the regrets of the past and the worries of the future. The second one that I spoke about, the objective is questions and answers, and that is conversational style. That doesn't necessarily need for you to slow down your monkey brain. All you have to do is ask questions and listen to the answers. And the third one is the objective has to be very specific, and what I suggest to do with that is to find a guided meditation very specific to what you're trying to do. If you go on my website, TheNewHappyMe.com, on the very, very bottom, you're going to see some free offers from various different brands, different companies. And one of them happens to be Omvana, that has a very nice selection of guided meditations, some free, some paid. And you have the possibility also to mix and match with voice or non-vocal. And these are a lot of them actually have various objectives of meditation. You can do one to heal relationship pain. You can have other meditations for visualizing your dreams. You can have meditations to heal physical pain as well. I have a friend of mine, Lorraine Gordon. You can check her website, lorrainegordon.com. She has the pain body meditation, where you go to meditate on a specific part of your body that you feel pain in, and often there are emotions attached to it. So she helps with that guided meditation to release that pain, the emotional pain along with it, and so you will heal that physical pain at the same time. So these have very specific objectives. So it's up to you to see what your objective is and find the guided meditation that is perfect for you. You have also on TheNewHappyMe.com, on the bottom, you have Love or Above, or you have also Unlimited Abundance that I also have put on my website. I think the Unlimited Abundance one is when you go into the blogs, you will see the advertisement for that. It's actually to get the free recording of a meditation, a masterclass session that was done by Christy Marie Sheldon. Those two meditations, Love or Above and Unlimited Abundance, both have very specific objectives, and they're both meditations done in a session in a group, but that you can participate in and be able to learn from. And you can also do it yourself as well. So Jim is asking me, what is my profession? My profession is life coach, and I'm also an author and a blogger. You can check out my blog, TheNewHappyMe.com. It's actually the New Happy Me version 2.0, because the original version had over 500 articles, and I'm revamping that. So the new website that you will see is recreated with a lot of the new information that I have out there for you. So as a life coach, I have decided to take on a very spiritual path to help you figure out what it is that you're here for, to figure out what's your true purpose, what's really inside you, what's your true self, and how you can use it to become a happier, healthier, and wealthier you. So that's my profession. I'm also, like I said, an author. I authored this book, actually it's right here, I Will Not Forgive, where I explain how you can go taking a spiritual journey from pain, anger, and resentment to inner and outer peace. So I highly recommend it. It is on Amazon. All you have to do is go on Amazon and check out, search for I Will Not Forgive, and you will see it. So if you have any other questions, I will see them. Thank you, Jim. So those are the three different ways of meditating that I found worked for me. And by the way, just to follow on Jim's question, actually, when I learned coaching, when I studied coaching, I realized that a lot of the things that I learned, I could use for myself, for my own personal development. And a lot of the things that I teach today aren't the things that I learned theoretically. These are things that I actually put in practice myself in order to figure out what actually works for the regular person, the normal person, the you and the me. You know, in mainstream information, meditation is seen as this thing that requires a lot of focus, that you have to be in a very quiet space, that you need to limit all distractions or eliminate distractions, basically. And you have a certain way of doing meditation. It has to be a certain duration, you know, all these specifications that are attached to meditation, that because it's so mainstream, people think that it's the only way of doing meditation. And in my own practice and expertise and in my experience, I realized that a lot of these mainstream ideas don't work for the general public. And that's why I wanted to bring to you a different way of looking at things, a way of looking at things where you have to find the system that works for you, for the objective that you put yourself personally. You know, no matter what other people say, you have your own objectives. You have what works for you, what doesn't work for you, depending on your character, your personality, your environment, and so forth. As you saw today, I think there's a reason why things happened the way they happened today. I got so many distractions. I got Coco coming up to me. I got the little dog coming up to me. Coco wanted to go out. The mailman rang the doorbell. The dogs were barking. This is my reality. This is how things happen in my life. So you can imagine how difficult it would be for me to meditate for a full hour without distractions and trying to follow this mainstream concept of what meditation is supposed to be. It would be utterly frustrating, and I would never get anywhere, never able to silence my mind, and never reaching my objectives at all. And I know for a fact that I'm not the only person who's going through a very similar pattern in their life. Our lives are very often chaotic. And you know what? The more chaotic your life is, the more you need meditation, the more you need to figure out a system that works for you so that you can come back to your present moment, ground yourself. Breathing works for that. We talked about that with the first method of meditation that I suggest. The second one is your questions and answers. We have so many dreams, we have so many things that we want to do, and we don't always have trust in ourselves to listen to our own intuition and to listen to our subconscious to see what our subconscious has to tell us. A lot of us also connect with the universe, with God, in prayer or meditation alike. In question and answer, you can find a lot of the answers that you are looking for that will guide you towards where you are meant to be at that moment. So that's the second type of meditation that I talked about. And then, along with mainstream, there are a lot of guided meditations that will help you for very specific type of meditation, whether it's for healing, whether it's for visualization, whether it's for attracting abundance, whatever it may be. Those guided meditations are more specific. They're geared towards a certain objective. You can put on these big headphones on, limit all distractions, give yourself the half hour or the 1 hour that the meditation calls for, and just go ahead with it. Do it. You can do it before you go to bed. You can do it first thing in the morning, whatever works for you. That's one concept that I really, really hold on to very dearly. It's whatever works for you. Don't ever forget that. Whatever works for everyone else doesn't necessarily have to work for you. You have to find the system that works for you. So I hope this, the New Happy Me TV episode helped you to figure out what kind of meditation can work for you, and that you will be encouraged and inspired to meditate yourself. Just going to check one last time if there are any questions. There are no questions. I'm going to be putting this, the New Happy Me TV, on TheNewHappyMeTV.com, where you are also going to be able to visit the rest of the website, The New Happy Me. And usually on Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern. Today was just an exception, just for a quick change of schedule last minute. But we will be back next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern with a new topic to help you find the happier, healthier, and wealthier you. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.